family. If you're in or near Columbia, South Carolina, you've got to visit the House of Hathor, located at 6319 North Main Street. Open Tuesday through Saturday, it's your one-stop shop for African clothing, African masks, natural soaps, incense, candles, jewelry, and more. Plus, they've got a beautiful event space. Owned and operated by Baba Rutaski and Mama Nekterma Canute. When you support the House of Hathor, you support the culture. When you support the House of Hathor, you support the movement. When you support the House of Hathor, you support the people.
Greetings, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to the House of Hathor's Libation, Liberation Lifestyle Ceremony that we come to you this day with the message from the ancestors that will continue to be the foundation of life that exists within us as well as without us. We want to make sure that we acknowledge, that we honor, that we venerate our ancestors each and every day so that they can always recognize that we are living a lifestyle that is purposeful, that is intentional, and that it continues to be the source of life that exists within us as well as without us. We want to make sure that we bring forth the information and the instructions as the ancestors gives us knowledge and wisdom through our experiences of life, and that the ancestors continues to enhance, increase, and enrich us so that we may become stronger in our will, that we may become empowered in our thoughts, our words, and our actions. So let us bring the ancestors forward. Let them be the source of life that exists within our breath of life. And as the great ancestor of all ancestors continues to give us that which is innate within us, that it continues to give us the breath so that we may utilize the breath of life as a tool to bring forth our reality. We call upon our ancestors far and near, fathers and mothers of our fathers, mothers and fathers of our mothers, to bear witness to all that we have done. And it is by your example that you continue to inspire us towards reclaiming our ancestral minds, regenerating our ancestral spirit, liberating our families, our homes, and our communities, and restoring our greatness as a people. We pour libation to bring into our midst your venerable ancestral spirit, radiating your great wisdom, your courage, your dedication, and your unyielding commitment to victory by any means necessary. It is in the honor of our Creator, our great ancestor of all ancestors, our mothers and fathers, our sisters and our brothers, our children and their children, our grandparents, great-grandparents, great-great-grandparents, our aunts, uncles, cousins, friends, and elders of the community that we pour this libation in your honor, in the honor of our Creator, the great ancestor of all ancestors, and the various manifestations of the creative spirit. We pour libation. Ashe. For our esteemed ancestors, who laid the foundation for human civilization, and who provides the wisdom to which we live and the models by which our lives are guided, we pour libation. Ashe. And for our esteemed ancestors, who suffered the atrocities and the horrors of our Ma'afa, but yet demonstrated the victorious power of the ancestral spirit by maintaining their dignity no matter the cost, we pour libation. Ashe. And for our esteemed ancestors, who survived and made it possible for us to be here today, that we continue the fight of our ancestral liberation and our vindication, we pour libation. Ashe. And finally, for our children and their children and future generations of our ancestors to come, that they too in their time will vindicate our race from all adversaries, and that they will continue to imprint upon the world the great genius of our ancestral humanity, we pour libation. Ashe. May your venerable spirit engulf this occasion to reaffirm our ancestral canity. It is done. The great ancestor of all ancestors is satisfied. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Dua Neter. So we say, Hotep, peace and power to you all this day, my brothers and sisters, as we continue to live, as we continue to love, and as we continue to learn the processes of life that dwells within us. that the processes of life that we will recognize within ourselves, it is placed upon our intentions. You see, my brothers and sisters, our intentions are the one thing that we have that we were born with. Our intentions is our foundation of life that exists within us, that it brings us our purpose, that it brings us our navigation system so that we can live our purpose, live through our intentions, live through our spiritual identity, our spiritual frame of reference, and our spiritual worldview. You see, our intentions is everything that we have. It is the only pure thing that we have within us. Everything else that we receive, everything else that is placed upon us, it is only through the lens of the ancestors that we continue to live with that purpose, that we live with those intentions. Those intentions, we will find that it brings balance, harmony, and order, that it brings our truth, that it brings our reciprocity as well as our propriety. That is what our intentions are filled with. It is filled with our values, how we relate to life and nature, how we relate to ourselves. It is our truth. You see, our intentions, it is the foundation that we speak from, that we think from, and that we act on. It is how we respond to what is given to us. That is where we are with our intentions. My brothers and sisters, each and every one of us have a specific intention that has been placed upon us. And sometimes we are navigated, or people are trying to navigate us away from our intentions. They're trying to tell us what they think that we should be doing, that we are distracted, or we become attracted to other things that are outside of our intentions. Our intentions is our navigation system so that we can recognize our true path in this life experience that we're in right now. And the ancestors are the ones that guide us. They are the ones that empower us. Our ancestors are the ones that keeps us moving towards with those intentions that have been placed upon us. They are the ones that keep us in that realm, in our spiritual realm, so that we don't become persuaded or we don't become distracted with what people or other things that are outside of ourselves that has nothing to do with our intentions. We have to make sure that we recognize our true intentions that are within us. And the only thing that we must do, if we want to recognize what our intentions are, not the intentions of others, not the intentions of what the system wants us to navigate towards, we want to make sure that we are navigating ourselves within our own intentions so that we can interconnect, interrelate, be interdependent with our spirit, with our energy and our soul, so that we can live the life more abundantly, so that we can live it with our increase, so that we can live it enriched, so that we can live it with our income and be insured with everything that the ancestors and with our Creator, our great ancestor of all ancestors, what it has already anointed us with. This is what the ancestors are bringing to us today. Be intentional with everything that you do. And when you're intentional, that means you're living your truth. You know your positives as well as your negatives. And you live upon those things. Always be aware of what is negative, but live intentional with your positives. That is the balance of life that dwells within us. That is how you bring more harmony to yourself, when you are aware of what can bring negatives, and then you are also aware of what brings your positives. Each and every one of us have them within us. Our intentions are placed upon the negatives as well as our positives. That is the only way we have forward movement. That is the only way that we can live the life that we have been anointed and ordained to live. It is when we recognize our negatives as well as our positives. And depending on what you allow to happen to you, that means that if you're living intentional, then that means that you are living more of the positive life within yourself. But then when you allow distractions and attractions to occur in your life, then you can be persuaded to live that negative life. But it is all a part of you. And you have to recognize where you are. So in your thoughts and in your words that you speak, you have to make sure that you are being impeccable with your words to yourself. And being impeccable means that you're living truthful with yourself. That when you make sometimes those mistakes in your life, then be impeccable with your word and making sure that you're being truthful with yourself. Because you can't be truthful to anyone else if you're not being truthful to yourself first. Your truth resides within you. Your truth, whatever it is, whatever that truth is for you, not the truth that it pertains to someone else. Because when they have a preconceived notion about you, it is only their truth that they're speaking from. They're not speaking from your truth because they don't know your truth. You have to live your truth, and your truth is in your intentions. Your truth. And when you speak from that truth, when you're impeccable with your truth, then that means that you don't have to worry about being persuaded. You don't have to worry about being distracted or even attracted to someone else's truth. Because each one of us speaks from our truth. Even with me speaking to you now, I'm speaking from my truth. Whatever that truth is for me, I am speaking to you what the ancestors have given for me to speak to you through my truth, in hopes and in prayers and in meditation that you recognize your own truth so that you can speak from your truth, so that you can act upon your truth, so that you can think upon your truth, so that you can live and be in your truth. Whatever that is for you, whatever way of life that is for you, your thoughts, your words, and your actions should resemble your truth, your reflection as well as your projection to everyone else that lives around you, to life and nature, should be from your truth, whatever that truth is. Now, if you are supposed to live the negative life, then live the negative life. But be truthful about that negative life that you live. And you make sure that you stand on your negative life. But if you're living the positive life, live the positive life, speak the positive life, think the positive life, and act upon that positive life. Because I promise you, my brothers and sisters, there are people that are out there that are supposed to live the negative life. And if you are those people, live it to the best of your ability. But then those that are supposed to live the positive, don't be persuaded to live the negative life. Don't be distracted from the negative energies that are around you or the negative spirits that are around you. You live the positive life. Because when you're caught in between and you don't know which way you're supposed to go, you are still held accountable for the life that you are supposed to live, whether it is the negative or whether it is the positive, because they both have to exist. There is no other way of life outside of the negative as well as the positive. There is no in between. And whichever way that you sway, whichever way that you go, whatever your path is, you are held accountable for living the life that has already been given to you. So we ask that you continue to recognize your intentions. What is your intentions? What are you supposed to be? What are you supposed to become? There is no in between. Live one or the other, whichever your intentions are for you. And whatever vessel that you are, and your ancestors are coming to you and they're guiding you, they're nurturing you and protecting you on your path, then recognize them, honor them, venerate them, acknowledge them for giving you the information as well as the instruction, as your experiences gives you your knowledge and your wisdom, and life and nature brings your clarity and understanding. And whatever that is for you, my brothers and sisters, live it to the best of your ability so that we can recognize where we are in our life experiences and we can live more abundantly in our life experiences. So we say peace and power to you all this day. Again, we're going to leave you with this cleansing so that we may absolve, so that we may be detached from anything that is not for us and that is against us. So let us move forward. Be intentional. Be impeccable with your word. Live your truth. Be your truth. Speak your truth. And think your truth so that you may live more abundantly in your spirit, in your energy, and within your soul of your ancestors. Ashe to our ancestors.
O great ancestor of all ancestors, we call upon you this day that you will cleanse us of all negative energies that surrounds us, that you will break all work of negative magic that is against us, that you will take away from us all envy, evil, bad luck, and invincible enemies, and that you will bring protection, peace, and prosperity into our lives, into the lives of our children, our children's children, and our children's children's children, into the lives of our families, our homes, and our communities. We now lovingly and peacefully retrieve our energy from all that we have communicated with. We send them their energy back and any energy or energies attached to them. We now cleanse, clear, close, and lock all gates, portals, and access points. In the spirit of our ancestors, and in the spirit and in the energy of our Creator, the great ancestor of all ancestors. Ashe, 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 Ashe.